I'm Dr. Don VerHulst. I'm an MD. I've done natural alternatives for 40 years, and I've heard many testimonies from patching that I've been impressed with. This is the second best one I've ever heard. I'm standing here with Robert. And Robert, you are how old, first of all?
48.
And he served our country. Thank you very much for your service in the
Marine Corps.
as a Marine. And I want you to tell me what condition you were in when you started patching and how long ago it was.
3 months ago, I was in pretty bad shape. It all started with, on top of everything from life, April 1st, I got in a bad car accident. I was on pain meds for 2 weeks. I was forced to go back to work. My chest was crushed. I was in so much pain. I couldn't do anything, lift a tool, couldn't bend over and tie my shows. It was excruciating. And I talked to Bill, and I was telling him I was in pain. And he's like, oh, you gotta check out these LifeWave patches. They can help you to heal. I was like, all right, anything that can help me, because I'm in pain, I got no meds, and I'm struggling. So
This is a tough guy
we got a call, and I was like, these testimonials are mind-blowing. Like, I'm in, reading them, I'm listening to people, and I said, they can heal. I need this. Bill got me the patches. I went to work back on April 15th. Monday was a rough day.
And that's so
I didn't do
April, so that's
anything.
been how many months?
Yeah, since April 15th, April 16th,
And
I
now
started.
we're in July, so would you mind showing your scars? I love people that show their scars like
3
Jesus
months.
did.
Yeah. Wow.
We're talking about some serious injury here,
This was from a
okay?
car accident in
Were you in
98.
constant pain?
Yes.
And what, so you started patching.
I was in constant
April.
pain before the accident. Worn cartilage in my thumbs, bone on bone, got cortisone injections.
That shuts your
excruciating,
immune system
painful.
down. It'll give you a temporary asset, but a long-term liability. You can't do that forever. But it's like a last-ditch thing that we physicians do when we don't know what to do. Anyway.
That needle hurt. The next day, put my hands in ice. Couldn't do anything. They hurt so bad. A month later, I went for my toe to the foot doctor. He put a cortisone injection in there, and I was just like, I was like, it's not that bad. Not as bad as the hands. And then he said, oh, put it in ice. You're gonna be hurting tomorrow. I didn't even put it in ice. I didn't think about it. I put it in my steel toe work boot and I went to work tomorrow, the next day.
What do you do
And
for
Alva goes,
work?
how was your
What
foot?
do you do for
I
work?
says, I don't know, fine. Because I didn't have any pain.
What do you do for work?
I do mechanical work.
So it's physical work.
Yeah, wrenches, drills, impact guns, lifting,
And what
pushing,
patches
pulling.
do you have on at this point?
At this point, 39 and 49.
And you
My
wear
first 2 months,
X39 on your C7 and where do you wear
39
the Eon?
and Eon for the
Okay.
first 2 months.
The dynamic duo, okay.
And then 49 and 39 for the last month.
Yes, sir.
And now I'm looking to go back to Eon and do the YH so I can get some carnosine and some glutathione.
I think your brain's clicking
Start
pretty
clearing,
good.
Start
but-
clearing up the gut. But before that, my girl said, I haven't heard you say you weren't in pain before the accident. Every day you come home from work, you're stressed, you're angry, you're in pain, your hands are swollen, you're putting them in ice. She says, I haven't heard you complain about pain in 3 months. And after the car accident, that was the brunt of it. Everything else started feeling better. Like the sore in my gums, the chest pain, my hands aren't hurting now. Elbows, knees. Every morning I would wake up, I got hit by a freight train. Now I wake up and I'm good to go.
How has your life changed since you started patching?
A lot. More positive, better mindset, clearer, sharper. I have more energy all day. I pretty much work like a beast all day. And
That is the
don't get
second
tired.
best testimony I've ever heard. I got one better, and I'm not going to say that now, but it's a 10-year-old boy that was operating as a 3-year-old. He coded at birth, and he died, and then they brought him back, but he had anoxia to the brain, and he was going through 50 diapers a week. And my wife met his mom at a Bible study and she said, can these patches help my son? And we didn't know anything at that point. She said, well, I can't hurt him. She called me. And I said, put them on. What do you got to lose? X39 and Eon, the same ones that you're wearing. The next week, Eli, 10-year-old, operating as a 3-year-old, he couldn't even follow one command after the next, only one thing, like a 3-year-old. And he started wearing it, and within 3 days, he went down to, instead of 7 diapers a day, like 3 diapers a day. The next week, 1 diaper a day. The next week, no diapers, and started to feel and tell his mom when he had to go to the bathroom. And he comes to my meetings now and he speaks. And I bring this little 10-year-old boy and I say to him, after his mother tells the story I just told you, I said, what's your favorite patch? And he says, I like X39 and Eon. And I said, what's your favorite thing about patching? And he says, I can ride my bike. And he's now reading.
Wow.
Okay, so that's better than your testimony.
I need to get my girl's son on the patches.
But you're number
He's
2.
not that far off.
But you're number 2. How many think he should
We
be
wanna
on
get
stage
him, not
saying this
someone.
tomorrow?
Yeah.